Mortal Kombat 1 is having a bunch of sales in honor of Black Friday. In fact, there may be some 5-finger discounts if you know what I'm talking about. And if all that wasn't enough good news already, I can also tell you which character is coming next for Kombat Pack 1. Because everyone loves knowing what's coming next, and everyone loves a great deal, which brings me to today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Manta Sleep, leading the charge in the pro-nap movement. The modern day is a hectic place and everybody's on that grind. Even I myself try to post content daily. But that's where Manta Sleep comes in. Their mask helps to ensure a full night's rest. Its blackout design prevents any light from getting in, and it rests around your eyes without putting any pressure on your eyeballs. And on top of that, it's even perforated for airflow, or in other words, maximum comfort, which guarantees a great night's sleep. And that's really important because when you sleep well, you have more energy, which makes it easier to accomplish your goals the next day and stay on that grind. Dream well at night and then chase after your dreams in the morning. As a YouTuber myself, I tend to stay up really late to research topics for the next video. And even though I bought blackout curtains, light would still seep in and wake me up before I got my 8 hours of sleep. But thanks to Manta Sleep Mask, that's no longer an issue because no light gets past them. And as a result, I finally get my 8 hours of sleep. Seriously, sleep is important. So click my link down below and use code UNDERDOG to get 10% off your order, because sleep is important for staying healthy, which is why I recommend you try out Manta Sleep today. Alright, and back to the video. Another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. I'm covering it all the time on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. It helps my channel out a ton. And without any further ado, let's begin. Starting off with the Black Friday sales. I already mentioned in the previous video that Mortal Kombat 1 is currently on sale for 30% off. That's right, I know a lot of you watching don't actually play Mortal Kombat 1, so if you've been on the fence and you're considering buying the game, there's never been a better time. It's 30% off. But then on top of that, the deals get even sweeter, because what if I told you the shop items in Mortal Kombat 1 are also on sale? Well, it's true. After watching this video, make sure to go on to Mortal Kombat 1 and see what's currently on sale, because as you can see on screen, the Ninja Pack is currently on sale. Once again, all in honor of Black Friday. And keep in mind, the items in the shop are constantly swapping, so if you log on tomorrow, there may be something else on discount, which is great news. Not only is the entire game Mortal Kombat 1 as a whole on sale at a 30% discount, but on top of that, in-game items are also on sale at a discount as well. And real quick, listen up, because I'm not supposed to do this, but I am going to teach you all how to get some of these items for free. So make sure to keep watching, alright? Because now it's time for topic number 2, the Kombat Pack 1 predictions. How do you feel about Omni-Man? Do you love playing him? Are you tired of fighting against him? I've heard in the comments that pretty much everybody online is playing Omni-Man, so that's gotta be a lot of fun fighting the same character over and over again. But for me personally, I think Omni-Man is really cool, and guess what? I can tell you for a fact which character is coming next. And then for an added bonus, I'm also going to predict which Cameo character is coming next as well. Because keep in mind, I have a great track record of this. In fact, I'm so good at predicting which characters are coming next to a NetherRealm game that people call me a clickbaiter. For example, I predicted that Noob Saibot was gonna be in Mortal Kombat 11. Clickbaiter, they said. And before that, I predicted that Scarlet was going to be in Mortal Kombat 11. They called me a fool. And the story was the exact same for the DLC characters. Spawn, RoboCop, Terminator, I predicted them all, and each and every time I was called a clickbaiter, but every single time it turned out to be true. So next up, let's predict the next Kombat Pack character. Right off the bat, we can look at every single guest character and just take them off the table. We're not gonna get 2 guest characters in a row, which I know is a bummer, but NetherRealm's never done it, so that's our evidence that we're not gonna get Peacemaker or Homelander next. It's just not going to happen. So now we're left with 3 more possibilities: Ermac, Quan Chi, or Takeda. Let's talk about Takeda real quick, the most popular combat kid. And yes, we have the polls to prove it. On YouTube, Twitter, all over social media, the fans have made their voices heard, and Takeda is by far the most beloved combat kid. And as a result, it would be pretty smart for NetherRealm to add him to the game next, but sadly, I don't think that's going to happen, even though Takeda is really popular and in high demand. And the reason I feel that way is because Ermac and Quan Chi are already in the game. In fact, I've played both of these characters in previous videos, and I discovered that every one of their attacks are just stolen from Mortal Kombat 11. However, even so, their character models are in the game, their dialogue and voices are already in the game too, and as a result, it makes sense that one of them is going to be next. And sadly, I don't think it's it's going to be Ermac, and instead it's going to be Quan Chi. And that's because NetherRealm wants to build the hype back up to Ermac, right? Or in other words, Quan Chi is a stepping stone. No offense to Quan Chi fans out there, I love watching his gameplay too. The guy always has some really cool attacks. But that being said, nobody compares to Ermac, alright? Ermac versus Quan Chi, Ermac's always gonna win the popular vote, and that's sadly why he's not coming next. Because once again, NetherRealm wants to build up the hype and save the best for last, or the middle in this case. Now of course, that's just my speculation, my prediction if you will, but as mentioned earlier, I have a very good track record of getting this stuff right. But as you all know, I love making these videos interactive, so grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. Which character do you think is coming next for Kombat Pack 1? Place your bets down below, I read every single comment. Alright, so next up it's time to talk about cameo characters, and here's where things get really interesting, because just like Quan Chi and Ermac, there's already a cameo character who appears in the story mode for Mortal Kombat 1, and her name is Chameleon. For anybody not aware, Chameleon is my favorite of the characters to get announced for Kombat Pack 1 when it comes to the cameo characters, and as a result, I would love nothing more for her to be next. And get this, some data miners have discovered that her attacks and files are already in the game, so that's exciting stuff. However, that being said, here's where the bad news comes in. None of her attacks are actually new attacks. In fact, every single one of Chameleon's moves in Mortal Kombat 1 belong to existing characters in the game, like Katana and Melina for example. And as a result, I seriously doubt the Chameleon is going to have these moves when she's finally available as a fully playable cameo. Because even though Quan Chi and Ermac do have moves stolen from Mortal Kombat 11, Chameleon has moves stolen from Mortal Kombat 1. There's no way she's gonna keep those moves. It would just be way too redundant and even lazier than stealing moves from a previous game. And that's why I personally do not think that Chameleon is going to be the next cameo character for Kombat Pack 1. Instead, if I was a gambling man and had to put money down on the table, I think Movado is the next cameo character. And the main reason why is quite simple. If we head over to the WB Games support page, then we can see every character coming for Kombat Pack 1. But here's the most interesting part. Omni-Man and Tremor are at the top, which makes sense now because they're both playable, but keep in mind, people doubted that Omni-Man was going to be first. They did not trust this list. Instead, there was evidence saying other characters were going to be before Omni-Man, but here he is, which means that this list is likely showing which order these characters are going to be released in. And that's why I personally believe that Movado is going to be the next cameo character. Because keep in mind, other websites and publications have this exact same listing, and some of them even claim to know the month and season these characters are coming out. And guess which character they say is coming next? Movado. Now with all that said, keep in mind that NetherRealm has never confirmed any of this and has not stated which characters are coming next, which means that they could mix things around as much as they want to. So one more time, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Which cameo character do you think is next for Mortal Kombat 1 in Kombat Pack 1? Because now it's finally time for that 5-finger discount. I'm going to teach you how to get things for free that the game wants you to buy with real money. As I'm sure many of you know, it's Season 2 in Mortal Kombat 1 right now, and as a result, you can no longer get the Season 1 skins unless you want to spend some real-world money. However, there's two different ways to get these skins for free, one of which is ethical and the other is a bit shady. So let's begin with the first method that won't get me in trouble with WB. A little while ago on the Kombat Cast, it was stated that the invasions actually loop. Or in other words, at some point in time, it's going to go back to the Season of Fire. So if you're patient and willing to wait long enough, then at some point, you're going to be able to purchase all of these skins with in-game currency. No real-world money required, it's going to be completely free. That's method number 1. So now it's time for method number 2. It turns out, according to IGN and some people on Twitter, if you change the date on your console to any time before November, the game will actually switch back to Season 1. And once that happens, you can purchase all of those Season 1 skins with the in-game currency, and then afterwards, after buying all of your favorite skins, you can reset the date to the current present time, and guess what? Mortal Kombat 1 switches right back to Season 2. Or in other words, you can literally trick the game into thinking that Season 1 is not over, then buy up all the skins with in-game currency, then fast forward to present day and the game will switch back to Season 2. As of right now, while I'm still making this video, that method is still possible. Now here's the thing, sometimes developers get mad when you do this and can actually punish the players. However, sometimes they don't, so it's up to you if you want to use this method or not. As I've mentioned in prior videos, I don't exactly agree with charging money for things that used to be free. However, many people in the comments disagreed, and they pointed out that it's actually quite common for games to do this. They have a season pass, and once that season is over, you can no longer get the items unless you spend money. And as a result, I leave the choice up to you. For me personally, I'm not going to do either of these because I already bought all the skins that I wanted during Season 1. And just to clarify, I did not spend any real-world money. It was all the in-game Mortal Kombat coins. No matter which option you choose to get these skins will bother me. All I care about is that you choose to leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.